What's up, guys? My name is Silvers. I'm here today with Blood, who hasn't been here in a fuck of a long time. Christian from the Red Force podcast. Normally it's Eric, but we have a surprise guest, Christian.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. And
Yeah,
of
you're
course,
welcome.
and of course, discussion regular Lieutenant Smash, who now for some reason is going by Detective Anarchy Smash. Oh yeah, wait, Smash, are you still doing the Miami Vice thing, or did you go babyface?
Oh yeah, I already cut my beard off and my mustache off.
I bet somebody asked you for an ID at the liquor store. Terrible.
Haven't bought any liquor since. Didn't feel like going through that.
Yeah, cause you know they're gonna ID, they're gonna card your ass.
I have so much respect with my beard.
Yeah, it's so much. Yeah, and you did all, and you got rid of it for what? A Halloween costume? Like, come on, bro. And of course, the man with the most clout out of everybody here, broke black man, Kuma.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm here for the justice of law.
The who? The justice.
I'm with you, Kuma.
The law justice, man. Chapter opens up with the cover page of Sentomaru. Sentomaru chopping wood with bears. Uninterested. Don't really care about Sentomaru. The only interesting part about him, her, they, the attack
It's a him.
after. Oh, Sentomaru's a guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had no idea about that. Chapter opens up with Law trying to rescue Luffy from Kaido after that grand slam of a knockout that Kaido gave this motherfucker last chapter. But apparently, wait, who was it that shot Law with that sea stone nail? It wasn't Hawkins, right? Because Hawkins is a Devil Fruit user.
It's
It's
there's
one-
a guy on a mount with a smoking gun next to him, so I think he's the one that got Law. So he
Did
shot
not-
him with a.
Did not notice that first.
So it's
read.
literally a nail gun.
Fucking nail gun. Hawkins tries to no diff Law. He didn't learn his lesson before. Even without his Devil Fruit, Law was still able to somehow get away from this fuck. Next,
He just got out.
what happened?
Hawkins let him go because he's part of the alliance.
Hawkins, I'm not on board with those theories, man. I really do not want Hawkins to be a part of the alliance. I'm okay with Drake being a part of the alliance because we have some type of connection between Law and ex Drake, and they had some type of conversation pre-time skip. Apparently, Hawkins and Law. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've never seen them interact like at all. And I know
I'm pretty
that'd be like
sure-
the biggest plot twist. Like, oh my god, they're working together, even though we didn't see them together.
Pretty sure they straight up said like this is the first time we've met, even though we were both there on that day
Yeah, like they
in their
know
first
each other-
clash. So
they
yeah,
know each other's identifying markers and shit, but I don't think like they've never actually come face to face.
Yeah.
Okay. Kaido makes the dumbass mistake of letting Luffy live because plot reasons, I guess. He
He's
acknow-
the classic villain.
Yeah,
right?
he acknowledges Luffy's strength. He wants to make him He wants to make Luffy a subordinate by torturing him, mind wipe. You're with me now. In all honesty, is anybody here really expecting Luffy to cave to this fucking
No.
torture?
Hell
No. That's why it's like, oh, like it's not a horrible idea. Luffy is a valuable piece. It's just that it's
just that
Luffy,
it-
so
yeah.
it's not gonna work.
From our perspective, From our perspective, it's a dumb ass idea. Like it's fucking stupid. But from Kaido's perspective, he's probably thinking, "I'm about to get a new subordinate." He stands no chance, even though he has somebody locked up inside another cell that's been there for God knows how long. I'm just gonna assume he's trying to run this same technique on them, and he has Kid in there who hasn't caved yet. Kaido, you're kind of on the losing streak when it comes to mind wiping people, especially.
It would be
You know,
interesting if, like, later on we get, like, Calamity or whatever they're calling them, All Stars. Like, they had, like, when they were kind of like in Luffy's situation where they kind of try to challenge Kaido, but they too failed. So I guess just Kaido's mentality of anyone that strong will come at him, he would just,
yeah,
subjugate
give
them.
them
Yeah.
cause.
yeah, because we did see that with shooting Maru. I get the only difference, well, Ashura Doji, which was confirmed in this chapter. The only difference between Ashura Doji and Luffy is that he didn't get caught.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I about to say? Luffy apparently is still using Conqueror's Haki in an unconscious state, and Kaido is impressed by this shit simply because Luffy in his unconscious state is glaring at this fuck.
Kaido makes it sound like he doesn't have it, the way he's talking about it.
I think Kaido does have Conqueror's. Well, at this point, it's not confirmed and there's nothing to hint at it. But I'm one of the people who believe that all of the emperors have like conquering kings. I don't see a reason to not give it to him, but like that's just headcanon and speculation. But it would make sense, right?
Yeah, to me, like I'm with you. It's a kind of like for as much as they hype it up, it kind of seems like if you really, really run some shit, then you kind of got to have it. That's kind of how it comes off.
Like even what the hell was his name? Drillhead, Don Chinjao.
Yeah.
He told Luffy, "You're like big name. You're gonna come across people who have this ability. A lot of them in the New World because they all gather here. The big name people have Conqueror's Haki, and for Kaido to not have that, I feel like that would go against what was stated there."
Just the way he talks about it makes it sound like he's like Mr. Highbrow.
Yeah, what did he say obviously this isn't the official translation, and to get absolute clarity on, like 100% clarity on it, we have to wait for that. But right here in the chapter, it says the ability to use Conqueror's Haki, just like that brat Kid, which we will get to. Ooh, goosebumps. Along with the confirmation that Kid has Conqueror's Haki, it's also confirmed by Shootin' Maru, aka Ashura Doji. Fuck it, I'm gonna keep calling him Shootin' Maru. I like that name better. Ashura Doji just sounds. Shootin' Maru.
Call him Ashura. Why do you have to say both names?
Ashura. Alright. Lord Oden Kozuki, Momonosuke's father. He's also a user of the Conqueror's King Haki. Conquering King's Haki. How broken was Roger's crew? Granted, we don't know when Shanks got his Conqueror's Haki, but on Roger's crew, so far we have 4 confirmed people who had it. Roger, Rayleigh, now Oden, and Shanks. You can choose to exclude or include Shanks if you want to, because we don't know when he got it, but
regardless, that's 3
that's
Conqueror's
4.
Haki users.
No, that's 4. Roger, Rayleigh, Oden, and well, outside of the captain, that's 3. But still, how broken was this guy's fucking crew? Like, granted, I know he's the Pirate King, and you gotta hype his crew up to like Shanks proportions. Well, what the fuck am I saying? Shanks was on that crew. Like, you have to hype his crew up massively. But goddamn, 4 Conqueror's Haki users. One of which, who at the time was the apprentice on the ship, who was below Oden. Like, how broken was this fucking crew?
So you know what that means? We're probably gonna see Shanks using some like Wano techniques, because there's like no way. There's like, I feel like that's gonna be part of his backstory now. Is that like he trained with Oden?
I mean, he is a swordsman. You would have to assume that he did pick up some abilities from him, like some techniques.
Depending on how old he was, like he might straight up got that sun treatment. Like, come here, boy, man, let me teach you the sword.
To my knowledge, Shanks was like 12, somewhere around that area when he joined Roger's crew. Don't remember how long they said Roger was in the Grand Line, but they said Oden was like 20 when he joined. So there's like a 8.
No, Oden was 20 when he got kicked out of the thing.
Oh, so he was probably a little bit old. Yeah, he was probably a little bit older. So there may be like a 10, 12 year gap in between the two. Because I remember Nekomamushi and Inuarashi said that when they were on Roger's crew, Oden was among one of the younger ones, like being somewhat older than Shanks and Buggy at the time.
Oh, then yeah, he might have like trained him with some sword stuff, like on some big brother, little brother shit.
Yeah, like I could definitely see Shanks walking up, pulling out his sword and splitting and like just doing some Moses shit and part the Red Sea with a sword swing. I could definitely see him doing that shit.
100%.
100%. How strong is Shanks?
That's right. He's the strongest.
Every week, Christian comes to
I
you.
stopped doing my
factual
bit.
evidence. Where the fuck were we?
Talking about Kid.
Luffy's KO'd. Kaido. Upon my first read through of this, I thought this was a stupid decision. Kaido leaving Luffy alone, like leaving Luffy to his subordinates to transfer, just so he can go drink again because he's sobered up. I thought Luffy was about to escape, and like right here and now, somebody, either a new character or Ashura Doji was coming to save him. Next page, Law escaped Hawkins. No Devil Fruit abilities. Law has to be broken. Law
is just better
Smash.
than give him credit for.
Yeah, Smash. We talked about this before. People gave all of Law's like feats, all of the credit that Law had. They gave it to his Devil Fruit. This right here, I think it. Okay, if you're not taking speculation and headcanon into account, this right here proves that Law has some ability outside of his Devil Fruit. He has physical ability. He has speed. He has swordsmanship. He has the ability to outwit Hawkins.
And the thing is, like, a lot of people forget that Law had good enough hockey to block the pentachromatic string from Dofi with his arms. And that slashed the building behind Law like to pieces. Right. So like he's got good physical like durability and stuff. People just Oda did some weird stuff also in that fight that made it look tragic. So like people will want to undersell him now, but like you start hunting through there, you start seeing some really good stuff on him.
People don't give Law the credit that he deserves simply because his ultimate attack, Dofi, somewhat nullified, and Luffy ended up taking most of the fight on himself, which people also seem to forget that while Luffy was being held off by a string clone of Doflamingo, Law was taking on Doflamingo and Treble by himself. Yes, he did lose an arm in the process, but he was still fighting the both of them by himself.
And then he still kept fighting even after he lost that arm.
Yeah, he cut Treble. He cut Treble up like clean up the middle with a missing arm. Hell, he used that missing arm to do it.
You can make the argument that Mingo was trying to get Law to use the surgery on him, so he wasn't trying to kill him.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to kill him. He was just beating him to the point where he would give the fuck up. Down at the bottom of the page, we get Kinemon looking at Otsuru, admiring how she hasn't changed in the past 20 years. And again, I'm asking the question, how old are these two? What is the age difference? What is the fucking age difference?
I don't think Otsuru was pushed through time.
Yeah, she didn't get pushed through time. But like she aged 20 years when Kinemon traveled. So,
let's just say Kinemon was like 30 and she was like 20, so like she's still looking clean at 40.
Yeah.
I would assume
confirmed to be related to Dr. Correa.
I mean, she's a herb. She's like a herb expert, so she could be like using that to make her look young.
Yeah, and she is like that, like symbol, like she's symbolism for like that Japanese painting where like the woman is just porcelain all over, isn't she? Like the perfect geisha. Someone brought up, I think it was Sawyer in his video. He commented on the design of the cloth that Kinemon has on his head as the same cloth that Jesus Burgess had in Dressrosa that he carried devil fruits in. And I remember people bringing this up on Earl Jackson, the One Piece Reddit, even on YouTube, that when at the end of Dressrosa, when Kinemon and Kanjuro were gathering supplies, Kinemon had that same pattern on the sack that he was carrying. And people assumed that it had some type of connection to devil fruits. I'm saying no.
I mean, it's got to be like the so subtle of a foreshadow to like the Kazuki lore.
I think it's just a design to signify this is cloth. Like this is just the design that Oda uses for damn near every piece of cloth that's just around. We saw it in Burgess's bag, on Burgess's sack. We saw it at Kinemon in Dressrosa, and now we're seeing it here. It holds no significance in my opinion.
I'd honestly rather that not be one of those things that becomes like a super big deal. Like, I'm okay with like,
because like
it comes to a point where it's like, okay, not everything needs all this.
Devil fruits?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and we're at that point where we don't need like mysteries after mysteries after mysteries being introduced. We really do need to start transitioning into the solving.
Yeah,
80%.
80%. Next we get Kinemon recognizing Shootenmaru as Ashura Doji. Worst kept secret in all of One Piece history. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like not even a secret.
It really wasn't. Once he showed up, once we saw Shootenmaru, I think even you guys said it on the Red Force podcast. This character matches the silhouette of Ashura Doji. Now, just for conversation's sake, I brought up the fact that the first time we saw Kanjuro's silhouette, it was the same as another one of those samurai that Kinemon mentioned. It was the guy with the ponytail. That was Kinemon's Kanjuro's original silhouette. So it could change.
Yeah.
So it could have changed, but that was just for argument's sake. It was fucking obvious that was Ashura Doji. It really was. It really was.
Yeah.
We go back up to Kozuki Castle where Okiku goes to check up on everybody, and turns out the ninja Shinobu, I'm not even calling her a ninja. She does not deserve that title. No. The ninja Shinobu has a devil fruit that she calls the mature bewitchment jutsu.
So does this confirm that jutsus are devil fruit?
Pretty much.
I mean, maybe, because that would mean that Raizo has like a storm fruit or something.
Raizo?
Because he also did the shadow clone jutsu though. So
maybe he's got a clone fruit.
Yeah, the clone fruit. Which, by the way, one of my OC characters, Devil Fruits. Oda's fucking with my fan fictions now. It's starting to get personal. As soon as this chapter came out, I went straight to Oral Jackson, and I saw a lot of people complaining about this. That this was an ass pull of a plot convenience. That
Who gives a flying fuck?
Yeah, like it's the fucking main cast. Like you're not gonna kill them off like this. Granted, I would have liked to see somebody have some type of injury at least. Nothing major, but like maybe like Sanji has a burn mark on like his thigh or some shit, or something. But
I'm glad that's not the case. People try to turn that into an L.
Oh yeah,
oh, sure they would.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I didn't see why people were complaining about it. Who the fuck cares? Honestly,
this is the problem.
Honestly, like if you look at it, Brook, Chopper, Sanji's definitely fast enough to grab. Like there's actually no reason why they wouldn't have been able to like dodge anyway, theoretically.
Well,
like if they saw Kaido head towards them.
Yeah, they saw Kaido heading towards them, but that blast came out pretty.
I mean, like just straight
fast.
up having already started running out of the building, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that blast came out pretty fast, and it covered a wide radius. Like it blew away the entirety of the castle ruins. Like if you go back to page 9, the whole castle, like that entire mountaintop, is gone.
Yeah, but the way I looked at it was they could like start sliding down the mountain from behind, so like it would have gotten blown over them if they would have gone like towards the back of the mountain or the castle.
Yeah,
see what I mean?
Sanji's definitely fast enough, I think.
Yeah, so like some of them, I'm like they probably would.
Wait, is Carrot still up here? Carrot's with them, right?
No, I think Carrot. Wait.
No, because Chopper's right. Because Chopper's right there, and she didn't leave yet to go to Inuarashi. Carrot's fast enough.
I think I forgot to draw her. Oh nope.
Nope, she's right there. Carrot's fast
Yeah.
enough. Sanji's fast enough. Yeah, I don't see why. Shinobu, she's a ninja. I would assume she's fast enough. Yeah, I think they all could have got away.
Well, I guess that's the faster reflex. Just boop. Now we don't even have to move.
Yeah, but they said that it's still sinking. So
Yeah.
so her devil fruit, it's just one and done. So she touches something, it rots away. It starts to age and rot away continuously. That's kind of broken. It's like a combination of Bonnie and what was the Marine Captain Shu's devil fruit.
So what you're saying is Shinobu could no diff Kaido.
If she could, she would have. So no, she can't. But yeah.
So what you're saying is that she can no diff Luffy.
If she could, she would. She didn't. So
Wait,
she
what?
can't.
Why would she go against Luffy?
She might be a spy, a traitor. She is a ninja. Who knows? Sanji being a tool as always, only bringing up the women. Everyone else yells at him, "Save me too." Okiku. While we're all here, I need to tell you about the current situation. Please listen to me carefully. News breaks to everybody else. Well, outside of, the Straw Hats who aren't here. We cut over to, what was this little girl's name? The Straw Hat candidate that everybody was raving about. Otama. Was Ino Arashi always this fucking massive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We like,
They are huge.
granted, we knew how big he was, but was he always this big? Like, Otama can literally fit in the palm of his hand, and
Yeah.
I don't think Chopper
Isn't he the same size as freaking Nekomamushi? Whatever his name
Yeah,
is?
they're both
Yeah,
huge.
they're comparable, but
Do you remember that
still.
panel in Zoro where Luffy's sitting on top of him and he's fucking massive?
Oh yeah.
And when when he was like behind Binge, he was like,
No,
oh,
but
shit.
when you look at that panel, that same panel, when Chopper's next to him, Chopper is a bit bigger than, well, Nekomamushi's hands are on the smaller side for that little cuteness effect. But yeah, okay. Ino Arashi's massive though. Like, Jesus Christ, could you imagine translating this to the real world and, like, you just walking up the street one day and this fucker walks up to you like, "Excuse me, do you know how to get?"
By the way, does he have a fucking peg leg yet, or is he walking with one leg?
I don't think we've even fucking seen that, to be honest.
He's
All
got
the stuff.
a leg made out of electro.
An electro leg.
It's an electro.
So please fix that, Oda. We don't want a Kira situation.
Yeah, because that shit still aggravates me to this day. Kiros was running around Dressrosa as if he had two legs. Even at the end of Dressrosa, when he's walking away from his house, he is walking at the pace of two legs, not hopping.
Well, that's the animator's fault.
Yeah, the
what are they gonna do about it?
animators are fucking that was just a no.
Vintage toy.
Vintage toy.
I mean, that's just what they do.
This guy. We cut back to the Flower Capital where the news is starting to hit the rest of the Straw Hats, and we get the what the fuck faces. Some new what the fuck faces outside of the Eneru face.
Like to see it.
First one we get is Frankie. Frankie is known for making weird faces. The Usopp weird face, yeah. Zoro, he might be reacting to the wasabi because he's just down in it. The one that got me, and I'm pretty sure everybody else fucked up, is Robin. What the fuck, Oda?
Didn't have to do her like that.
You don't do.
No.
Oda's looking out for us because he knows it's not November. Come on.
You don't do. Touche.
Mate,
Touche.
this makes her more attractive because now we know that she's human.
Okay, we know she's human, but it didn't have to get this far. We've seen Robin do different facial expressions. Like, in Dressrosa, we saw her do the Eneru face. This was just to some over-the-top extreme. Well, granted, yeah, they haven't seen Luffy yet. I don't even think they heard that Luffy was in the country yet. in the first news. Okay, yeah, okay, it's understandable. But bro, Oda, did you have to do Robin like she has a trip? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. She has a 4 neck. She has a 4
she used her
chin.
devil fruit for that. She added chins with her devil fruit. That's all it was.
Bro, Robin ain't have to do. Oda ain't have to do Robin like that. She went from a beautiful, just circular face to I don't even know what the fuck to call this.
Accordion neck.
You ever play that game? I think it was called Worms. That's what she looks like.
Oh, she looks like Chubbs from Worms.
She looks like one of the fucking worms.
The fat ones or the regular one?
No, I don't even think it was called Worms. Moving on. Usopp is still in the capital selling off his shit. Conning people. Christian, Christian, you guys meme about this on your you guys meme about this all the time. Do we think the swords Usopp is carrying, do we think they will have some significance?
No.
Say it again? No. Why not? He's in Wano
They're
country.
just random swords.
He's in
None of
Wano
these
country
swords
though,
are-
the land of famous swords.
All right.
We get Zoro on some type of boat reacting to either the news or the wasabi. We saw Zoro like approaching a port last time we saw him. Where the fuck is he going? We see cherry blossoms around.
He's
So
just going to the capital.
Yeah, he's in the flower capital now.
hold on. As a matter of fact, looking back at that, the bridge that's in front of Zoro, is that the same bridge connecting the flower, like the town, to that massive castle on that giant tree hill?
No, I think this is just one of the bridges in like
Just
the
another bridge. So Zoro's in fact on his way to the flower capital though.
Yeah.
Like, it's safe to assume that.
Yeah.
He's probably going to gather the other Straw Hats.
Most likely. He's probably headed back to the flower capital unknowingly, and he's going to run into Usopp and the rest of them. Because isn't Zoro already outed?
Yeah,
yeah,
he
Law
was
said,
covered like a dummy.
Yeah, Law said, wait, who did Law say? Who's
Zoro
covered?
Jiro.
Is Zoro, Luffy, and him already, right? Not Kinemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Cut over to the factories where the samurai are being worked to the absolute bone. This is probably, I feel like this is the force that Kinemon is amassing, right? When they eventually storm these factories and release everybody, these are the men, and I guess you could assume some women. Don't see any women, but these are the men and women, no sexism. Hashtag me too.
Mate, the women are in other places, alright?
Oh yeah, other places.
Yeah, other places.
Giggity.
God damn it, Silvers.
This is the force that Kinemon is amassing. These are the people that are going to join his side. Well, these are more of the people that's going to join his side after he amasses his force.
Yeah.
We will come back to this part because this is the part that I want to talk about. The poison fish, the bone, and the person in the cell.
I just want to say about this scene is that you start to feel like Kaido's a real villain. You know what I mean? Because he's making people work to the bone. There's a slavery angle. You're really starting to feel like
you want to live. You want to live. Work faster. You want your families to live. Work harder. Strike the iron. You want to rest. If you want to rest, we'll kill you. Yeah, Kaido's
news manipulation.
Yeah, Kaido did mention pirates
don't
aren't.
say pirate.
Yeah, don't put that they're pirates because like that'll fuck with the citizens. No pirate is supposed to be in this country. Like no one comes in or out. So Kaido's upholding the illusion that Orochi is still running the country. Now we're back at this question again: is Orochi just a manipulative little fuck, or does he have some type of strength behind him?
Actually, you know what I'm starting to think?
Shoot.
He's a manipulative fuck that got screwed over by Kaido. Like, I think he wasn't that strong, but schemed with Kaido so he could get the throne. But then Kaido was like, you know, this whole ability to forge sea stone and all these quarries, you know, I think I'd like these instead. So
then what would be the reason behind his fear of Lady Toki's words? Wouldn't he want the 9 samurai to come back and
he doesn't want to die.
He doesn't want to die. The way he looks at it, they're gonna kill him, but Kaido will keep him around as long as he's a good boy and useful.
But worst out of 2 situations, right?
Would you rather get murdered? Or
I mean, if he's a manipulative person, I figure he'd try and scheme his way out of it. If the 9 red scabbards are coming to take Wano back, he could, and the person controlling Wano right now is Kaido. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, even though.
Not if they're gonna execute you anyway. You gotta think, no matter what happens, the 9 scabbards are gonna try to kill him. So at that point, you'd rather just deal with one than both.
I mean, but at the same time, if Orochi aligns himself with those 9 scabbards to take out Kaido, wouldn't it make sense to be on the side of the people? I think he's smart enough to know
that even if he tried to negotiate that wouldn't happen. They would just kill him.
I mean, I know I said this, I said this off stream before, like, stop comparing One Piece to other series. These are 2 different writers. But look at Orochimaru.
I'm saying I don't think he'd actually be able to get away with it. Not with them. It's like they are probably just gonna be like, no.
Fuck that. I'm just drawing the comparison. Like, Orochimaru killed 2 Kage. Like, he killed 2 Kage. The Kazekage and Hiruzen.
I could see him trying to exploit it, but I don't see him sticking around if they're still an active force, because they're gonna turn straight for him.
Yeah. But granted, I still would like Orochi to have some type of strength behind him, simply to finally give Zoro some type of challenge.
I don't mind either way. Like, we have enough strong characters in the arc already.
Yeah,
I don't really care.
Like, no matter how it turns out, I know Oda's gonna write it to the point where I'm okay with it. It's just
cause like a schemy fuck is way easier to hate than someone who's actually.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Because it's like you get angry that he's weak and he's fucking over all these people, but he's using Kaido for his strength.
In the official translation,
realistically,
in that classroom scene, was it confirmed that that kid with the 2 rulers was imitating Orochi as 2 sword style Orochi, or was it something
two-sided Orochi?
Two-sided Orochi. So it could be 2-sided, as in like he's two-faced. So that's leaning more towards the scheming.
It's I guess it's because the kid will still had 2 rules in his hands, so I'm guessing it's some sort of pun or something.
2-sided Orochi. He could be a 2 sword style user who's. Have we ever had an intelligent monster of a villain or an antagonist, like somebody who's incredibly intelligent, but at the same time they have the strength to match it?
Doflamingo?
Yeah, Dofi. Dofi's like the only smart, strong villain, and like Crocodile after Katakuri ends up. Katakuri's complicated.
Katakuri, he's smart, but I'm talking about somebody with like intellect enough to. Okay, yeah. So Doflamingo, somebody who's able to overthrow a country, Crocodile. And still. Yeah, Crocodile too, but he didn't overthrow the country. He more gained the favor of the people on some Legend of Korra shit.
I would say that Hawkins is shaping up to be an intelligent antagonist, even though I don't think he's like as smart as our protagonist.
Yeah. Down. Like I said, we're gonna come back to this because that's something that I'll actually want to get deep into. Luffy's being walked through the prison. We're gonna get back to that. How devastating was this fucking blow that Kaido gave Luffy? Because his entire face is bandaged.
He did lose a tooth.
Oh yeah, damn. Who was the last person to take a tooth from Luffy?
Son.
That was the. Oh yeah. I thought that was the Enraged Army. Fuck. I mean, all Luffy needs is some milk. All he needs is some milk. Get back to that. Okay. Say as I'm calling you out. Like I said, we'll get back to it, but still. She said that the cell that this mystery person is in, it's not confirmed that is not Kid, because the cell, the way it appears, that is not the door. That is just a window in the cell. So you'd have to go around from another side to open that cell door. The point that I brought up was Impel Down had cells exactly like that. Just because it looks like you can't open it like from there doesn't mean you can't. The door still swings open somehow.
There's a side door.
Yeah, there's a side door. So there are
You
multiple.
can see it. You know when Luffy goes into the cell?
Yeah,
You can see the side door.
Luffy gets tossed into a cell. Pan down. His cellmate, or no, that's the cell next to his. Luffy's legs is up on the wall.
No, it's his cellmate.
Oh, it's his cellmate. So let's see which one of them drops the soap first. Luffy's kind of wearing a kimono, so he better watch his back.
Come on, man.
Kid does not have his mechanical arm, right? They yeeted that
they
shit.
took it.
They
It
yeeted
looked
that
like
shit
they-
from him.
yeah.
Yeah, they yeeted that shit from him.
Previous panel when we first saw like Kid in the cage, he had his arm.
Did he really?
Yeah. So
The-
like, why did he now take it? Try to escape?
Because this is a different cell than when we first saw him when Kaido was reading that paper. This is a
Okay.
different cell because remember the first cell that he was in, I think you can assume that was Onigashima because
Yeah.
I get you can say that where it was snowing inside of the cave from was the eyes of that giant skull that's on the island, and Kid was in a cell in there.
Probably got transferred.
Yeah, he got transferred to over here. So Kid's already been taking the massive beating, made even more evident by the extra blood flowing down his face and the tooth he's missing, unless he hasn't gotten any milk since he took the beating from Kaido.
I mean,
and
it's
Luffy-
probably a little both.
yeah, we're.
I mean, if you don't treat the wounds, they take forever to heal.
Really?
Yeah, like if you get punched in the face and you don't put ice in it, it could take up to like 2 weeks for the swelling to go down.
Is that why my fucking ankle still hurts?
Probably.
Yeah, cause that's twisted. Like I landed on it wrong at Sky Zone, and that was like 2 weeks ago. My fucking ankle was killing me.
I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a wall between him and Kid.
Yeah, right.
No, because you know when the curtains fall, you can see them in the same cells again.
Yeah, it's like one big cage.
Yeah, but it's like real thick. Like that center bar is still real thick.
It could be two separate cells. It could be the same cell. Doesn't matter either way. They're both next to each other. They both say in unison, "You'll pay for this, Kaido." Both Luffy and Kid. This pretty much confirms. You know, hold on. Scrolling down, we get the conclusion to Act 1 of Wano Country. The curtain closes, and the woman with the shimizen and the kitsune mask reappears to play them off stage. People are saying that this is a fourth wall break for like just dramatic effect. This woman, I think she's going to play some type of role later in the arc. She is an actual character who will come into play at some point.
Is the Toki from the time dimension breaking the fourth wall?
My original theory was it's like the curtains, I think, yeah, that's just for dramatic effect. But the person playing the shimizen, I was under the impression that was Momonosuke's sister. She aged the 20 years, so she'd be like what, 23 now, or however old.
Yeah,
however old she
25.
was. Yeah, Momonosuke is 8, right? 8-9 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So regardless, those 20 years, she'd be older than Momonosuke by now. I feel like that might be Momonosuke's little sister or older sister, whatever the fuck what was her name? I can't remember.
Hiyori.
Hiyori. Yeah, Hiyori. I feel like that might be Hiyori. she's gonna come into play at some point. She may end up ruling Wano.
Wow, Momonosuke
So-
runs
Momonosuke-
around.
So Momo can be on the ship. I got you.
Momonosuke, so Momonosuke can join the crew. Back to wait, go ahead.
I'm just gonna put my money on it's a fourth wall break. I'm not convinced that it's like in real time or something.
It
You
could,
have to explain a whole lot.
it could very well be a fourth wall break or just something for dramatic effect. But the character, like the person herself, like the woman in the kitsune mask, I do believe that's a character who is going to come into play at some point.
Alright.
Now,
I'm
back to
with it.
say it again.
So I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, okay. Black Power, yeah. Ooh, Black Lives Matter. Stay with your brothers, Smash. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the backup, Kuma.
Yeah, nah. You failed me when you said Momo's joining the crew.
Aw, what you think? Carrot's joining the crew?
Wait,
Be realistic, bro. Come on.
aren't you the two who had that debate?
Yep.
Wait, we did. You were the one I debated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Oh.
Opio.
I'm having flashbacks to how that went down.
Yeah, I thought that was Opio. Back to the part that who the fuck is texting me? Not important. Leave me alone.
Whew.
Back to the part that I want to talk about. The person in this cell. Who the fuck is it? How long have they been in there? And what are their relationship? What role will they play later on in this story? My personal crazy ass headcanon, it's Scopper. Odin.
I mean, sure.
Say it again.
It could be literally anyone. Like,
Yeah, it could be a new character. It could be one of the
Moria.
samurai that they're looking. It's not Moria. Moria had his chance to shine twice. He could have shined.
Third time's the charm.
He
bro.
could have.
Third
He
time.
had his time to shine, and in an arc where they were literally just knocking down fodder, in a war. Like he could shine there. No, he got one shot by Jinbei. One shot. Stop.
so
it.
you
took a
think,
hit at
you think
war.
Moria's not going to be in the arc?
I see the possibility. Do I want him to be? No. Do I think he's going to be? Maybe. I don't want him to be, but I do see the possibility.
Just imagine how hype hockey's gonna be.
Hockey does not matter anymore. Okay? Hockey comes up with some crazy ass theory. Hockey, you're creditless. You are creditless now. I'm sorry to say it, but I'm calling you out. You're creditless.
Whoa.
Back to what I was saying. I think it could be Scopper. Odin was killed. Kaido needed somebody else to read the poneglyphs. Lo and behold, Scopper Gaban, someone else on Roger's crew. Unbeknownst to Kaido, not everybody on the crew knew how to read or translate the poneglyphs. Roger knew how to translate it or know what it said because of the voice of all things. Apparently, Odin knew what it was because it's the trade of his family. Scopper doesn't know that. Kaido took an L, but he figured you're good enough for the Pirate King's crew. You're gonna be on mine. Scopper says, "Fuck off. You ain't nowhere near what my captain was. Hell, I probably can take you." And Kaido says, "Okay, you're going through like the CIA Black Ops training. We're gonna."
What about that panel where we see Scopper reading the newspaper after Luffy gets a bounty?
Wait, Scopper reading the newspaper?
Old guy with the tattoos on his head.
Oh yeah. I'm of the same mind that's Scopper too. But he could have come over the time skip. 2 years. It didn't take the Straw Hats that long to get through the Grand Line, and they made pit stops. For somebody who knows the Grand Line and possibly has an eternal pose, I feel like navigating the Grand Line wouldn't be that difficult. Cause
Okay.
what were their names? Mr. Five and Miss Golden Week? No, Miss Valentine. They made a point to say they came all the way back to this close to the beginning of the Grand Line just to deal with Vivi and Iram. So that leads me to believe that people can navigate the Grand Line no problem if they're not coming in contact with any kind of conflict.
If you remember what they showcased, part of why it would have taken longer for Rogers because he conquered the entire Grand Line.
Yeah, and then he made a second trip.
And so, but if you remember, though, there was like 7 different paths you can take.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you take like all those pit stops in total, and like some of that stuff might have taken longer than others, and like some places he might have just posted up for a couple weeks because some thought or some shit.
Yeah, because remember, first half of the Grand Line, like every island has a different magnetic field to where it takes a lot longer to record. Because like they were supposed to be on Little Garden for like a year, but that's how long it took for them to record the magnetic field. Thoughts, theories. Who is this guy in the cell?
Wait, Sayas might hop in.
And is that Sayas? That is Sayas. Hello, Sayas.
Hello.
We are damn near at the end. No, we actually finished the chapter.
Yeah, I thought so. Time.
Who is the man in the cell?
It's the illegitimate shark between Crocodile and Jinbei. I mean, they said it is a crocodile shark, so it has to be.
Oh yeah, they were asking what the hell is in this cell.
Is it a crocodile
Is it
shark?
a croco shark?
Something else. So it has to be.
Said we don't know.
A fusion between Crocodile and Jinbei, Arlong, or Shaki. What's her name?
Did you say Shaki?
Whatever her name is.
Shaki.
No, not Shaki. The other. The sister of
Shirley.
Shiki? Did she just?
No, not Arlong's
Shirley.
sister. What's her name?
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie. That might be it. Yeah.
Why would Charlie be here?
I don't know. No, not her. A mix between Crocodile and one of these sharks.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know who is in that cell. I assume it's the other samurai.
I've seen
one
people,
of the 2 other samurai.
Yeah, I've seen people bring up it could be one of those 2 samurai that we're supposed to recruit. It could be insert hype character here. Like
So what you're
Crocodile.
saying is
Yeah.
it's definitely not Kid though. That's what you're saying.
No, it's not Kid. Yeah. The thing is, when I first read the chapter, I was kind of thinking that it's weird that they wouldn't know it's him if it's him. That was the first thing.
The spoilers said it was Kid, but that was wrong. So everyone thought it was Kid for like 8 hours.
yeah.
No, but really thinking about it logically, like they know Kid is there, so why would they think is even anyone there?
Whoever this person is, they are fucking. They have to be of significant strength. They can use a fishbone to kill somebody. Have you ever like held a fishbone? It's not all that dense.
It's all spindly and painful, and when you bite it, it cracks and stabs you in the throat, and you bleed a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a cartoon. Bro.
Yes,
Still,
but I guess
it's
it
not
depends.
like a
I don't think
sea
it's like the worst weapon we've. I think jelly beans are worst weapon, for example. And if we assume that this character might not be a devil fruit user, then he might be in full possession of his haki and whatsoever. So
Could be.
he
Could
could
be.
haki
Could be.
up
Could be.
the
Well, we know they're trying to break him, so.
And
No,
apparently,
they're not.
he's
They're
gonna
not
be-
trying to break him, because they are not.
They're
They don't
trying
even
to
know
kill
he's
him?
there. He's there. They're not. I mean, Kid and Luffy, as far as I understood, they try to break them.
they're
They
trying
try to make them work.
they're trying to break whoever it is in that cell. It's just that they've been doing it for so long that the new people there don't know what the hell, like, who's in there. They just know that we're supposed to feed it poisonous fish with no bones.
But it doesn't seem to be like the breaking method that they use for everyone else, which is basically beat them, torture them, make them work.
Maybe
as
he's
long
too
as
strong.
Yeah, they don't have.
Yeah,
to
but
go
that
in
might
it.
be that they are not really trying to break him. They just leave him in the darkness or something like that. It's not
Sensory
actually physically
deprivation.
attacking, because if they were physically like beating him or something, then they I guess they would know he's there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yes.
The people there right now aren't capable of beating on him. The only people capable of beating on him are the calamities or Kaido himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's too dangerous to go in there to even try and do
Yeah,
it.
like
they
don't
told-
even
like they
torture
told
this
him-
guy. They just
Yeah, they told him the poison food that they're giving him. they said take the bones out because if you don't, he could kill a bunch of people. Like,
Yeah.
like
The
hell?
other thing is that I've thought that this guy isn't there for that long, to be honest. That's the first thing I thought because they started saying like normally we give this fish to the people you want to kill or the things you want to kill, which kind of to me seemed like he's in there for a while, but all these people are there long enough to know that normally this fish goes somewhere else. But this is of course no proof because normally they probably have other fish that they give to other people they want to kill anytime. So that's kind of what I thought, that he isn't there for that long. But that's just an assumption.
Yeah. Personally, I think he's been there for a fuck of a long time, and that's why nobody really knows about that. Like that's why
it might
the
be
cells
Odin
got
being sitting there for 20 years, not actually dead.
If I hear one more person bring up, oh my god, that could be Odin or Odin's alive theory.
It could be though.
So what you're saying is
I'm
they
going to pull
boiled
my fucking
Odin
eyes out.
alive. He didn't die, and now he's just been sitting there, and he's like just so hard, veteran, badass, and he spits fish bones and throats. I guess that makes sense for One Piece.
Could be.
We're getting
possible.
so much Odin. We're getting
No, I
so
don't
much Odin hype.
I
Like,
mean, my first guess is still one of the two samurai, but other than that.
What were you saying, Christian?
there's just so much Odin hype. Like, if he's dead, it's like why you keep on talking about Odin?
Just to hype up the Pirate King's crew even more. Just. To
I mean, the
build
same
on
thing you
the
could say about
legends.
Roger. Roger is dead, why would you hype up Roger?
To
But
give
he's
more-
the actual legend.
It's hyping up, like they're hyping up Roger even though he's dead to give more substance to the people who rivaled this man. Like look at what Whitebeard was doing.
Not only that, I mean, they do the same with Norland, who is definitely dead.
Look at what Shanks is doing. Look at what Shanks is doing now, and he was a part of Roger's crew. That to hype up dead characters, I do see the like the reason behind hyping up dead characters.
I think it's a possibility that Odin could be alive.
Yeah, I think
It
it's
is a
I
possibility.
think
For
it's-
me, that's like the carrot joining the crew. I see
Yeah,
the
the thing is-
possibility. I don't want it to happen. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I definitely do see the possibility.
I don't really see the storytelling worth in having him alive, to be honest. That's
Yeah.
and
For
I think it would be like super
Momonosuke,
badass if it's Odin, but
so
we don't really need him.
Wano has a ruler, and Momonosuke can join the crew. That's the point. That's the reason for keeping. That is the reason for
Sure.
keeping him alive.
If Odin's still alive, it'll take away the emotional pull we all got hearing about freaking Momonosuke,
Yeah, that's
hearing about his father
Yeah.
getting boiled alive and shit. I'm like, oh.
That's true.
100%.
no, but I do think it's a character that we've either heard of before or that we know already. Like I don't think it's just random character X Y that, for whatever reason, is there.
the likeliest scenario, it's one of the other samurai that we're trying to recruit.
Yes, that's a lucky list, I think.
That's the most likely scenario. Few predictions.
Anything
person-
anything could fucking happen. Anything could happen.
Anything could happen, but I feel like this is where Luffy and Kid make that temporary alliance. One time deal. We fuck up Kaido, and then we go back to killing each other. Deal. During the breakout, this person, whoever it is inside that cell, is going to play some type of. That is the ally that Kid and Luffy are going to have when they break out of this prison.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I don't know.
I want a Kid flashback.
I don't think this is the ally that will make them break out. I think they will break out.
No, it's not
by
that. It's not the ally that's going to make them break out. It's an ally that's going to assist in the breakout. So,
Yeah, but I
I'm
think it's
expecting,
actually
like-
So if
going
you-
to, I actually think it's going to be Luffy and Kid freeing him or her, not the other way around.
like if I was making a comparison to it, look at Impel Down, Luffy and Jinbei. The person inside that cell is, I don't know, name another prisoner who isn't an enemy, who Luffy does not have an issue with.
Well, then that would have been
That was only Jinbei.
on Clay.
Okay, yeah. Kid is Bond. Kid is like Bond Clay. The person in that cell is probably like Jinbei. The what the fuck over the top strong person who they're about to let out to increase their force.
Yeah.
This person, whoever it is, I guarantee is going to be some hype shit.
I mean, it could also technically be that it is a prisoner that either might have been a traitor from Kaido's crew or maybe a prisoner from another Yonko's crew that you just don't want to let.
If that is a prisoner from another emperor's
that might be a possibility.
Crew, we've already seen Big Mom.
Yeah, it's not Big Mom, of course.
It's not one of Big Mom's crew. If it's a Blackbeard crew member, I could see that happening. That could bring up some interesting plot points. Because
especially the Blackbeard crew, that's one I thought about. That they are basically scattered all over the place, searching for these.
Having a Blackbeard crew member here could stir up some other kind of trouble, especially if Luffy doesn't know that they're a part of Blackbeard's crew.
And then Blackbeard comes at the end and steals Kaido's devil fruit.
Nah, I'm not with that theory. I'm really not. That shit kills me. Blackbeard's gonna steal Big Mom's devil fruit, Kaido's devil fruit, and he's going to absorb Shanks' haki. Kill yourself.
No, see, the thing is that he's not gonna have a devil fruit.
He's not.
Kaido is a dragon that turns into a human.
Smash.
That's
smash.
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
What is this club made out of?
We don't know. But there's nothing to support that is Sea Prism Stone.
With nothing to disprove it either.
Outside of them being like, well, sure, he got hit by Kaido's club. Otherwise,
that's like saying,
he got hit by Kaido.
That's like saying, of course that building got slashed. It got slashed by Mihawk's sword.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it is. Because
just because that's not how things work.
Because
just
I really don't think Kaido needs a Sea Stone club.
Just because there's nothing to disprove it doesn't mean it's that until proven otherwise. No, that's not how it works. It's not that until proven otherwise. It's not
an idea based upon the context of them. Like, first off, they emphasize Master Kaido's club. Like, unless this changes in the translation.
Yeah,
for some reason they
Kaido's
think that
club.
there's something special about his club.
It's probably it's his club. He likes that club. They're just emphasizing that's his weapon. Of course he's gonna get knocked out. It's his weapon.
You know damn well that doesn't happen in One Piece. They don't go, oh, well, because this person owns this sword. They either hype up the tool itself or they just directly address the person. They never hype up the tool as a means of hyping up the person.
Yes, they do.
Really?
Rarely.
They mentioned Whitebeard's Bisenso being like a high grade sword.
No,
I mean, they only do that
but didn't they mention Mihawk's sword as a high grade sword?
After we already knew him as the world's strongest swordsman.
Yeah, but
so he had already been hyped up by himself.
Yeah, but knowing that he had a high, we already know that Kaido is an emperor, like a god tier person.
So why would they hype his?
They hype the sword up to give him some more hype.
No, Kaido's weapons don't get you hype for them. They get you hype for the weapon.
The thing is, they do, depending on... I think that a swordsman, for example, hypes his weapon up much more than... We never got a name for a Shanks sword or for Whitebeard's weapon or anything. But for the swordsman, we actually get the names of their swords and the grades of their swords fairly early. Like, the first thing we find out about Mihawk is right after this is his rank, this is his sword.
No, we found out about Mihawk. The name of Mihawk's sword is. We didn't find out about Mihawk. The name of Mihawk's sword until damn near the time skip. Like
we found out that it's a special sword from the very beginning. I mean, Mihawk made a really, really special thing about using that sword.
He said, "I'll use my black blade."
But that makes it special. That. Not only give me the name, but that makes it special. The thing is, swordsmen make their weapons more special than other characters. It's just something I think makes sense. And if you look at the swordsman characters we have, like those who actually follow some swordsmanship code or whatever, and those who would name themselves swordsmen, they actually kind of seem to value their weapons more than someone like Whitebeard who has a weapon, but we never really find anything special about it.
I mean, but
it's like Cracker. It's like Cracker mentioning the name of his sword out of nowhere. It's like, do we really need that information?
Yeah, I could see it. I guess.
Same with the Monday as well. She also says, "Oh, this is my sword."
Yeah, and that's the thing, though, right? Like when other characters hype their own weapons, it's one thing. But when other characters hype their weapons, that means there's something very special about the weapon.
But that doesn't mean that it's sea stone.
But given
the
what we
other
got
thing is-
introduced into this chapter with this place is special for making sea stone. Plus, again, unless Dragon Mythical Zoans break the rules, he has to be able to be in water to be the biggest threat, land, sea, and air.
Yeah, no. The thing is,
Okay,
I,
wait, but okay.
I
so
understand the reasoning.
from
I think it makes
so
sense.
from a few vague lines, you came to the conclusion that Kaido is a dragon who can turn into a human and also has a club made of sea prism stone.
The dragon that can turn into a human, completely possible thing if you pay attention to Japanese mythos, which I know you do. So I know you know that dragons can turn into human in Japanese lore and Chinese lore. So I don't even know why you're like trying to downplay the possibility. But then on top of that,
what have we had in the story that says that there are any type of over-the-top mythical creatures with this type of ability?
we have mythical zones. We have fake dragons.
Yeah,
what are the dragons? Wait, but what DNA? What are those fake dragons based off of?
Lizards with wings. You can manipulate. You can take a lizard and put wings on it. You have a dragon.
Well, is it wanted canon and there's a dragon in that? And it's a lesson.
That's the other thing. Yes, Ryuma's story is canon.
No, Ryuma is canon. Ryuma is canon. We have yet to hear his actual backstory. All we know is that Ryuma is from Wanted, and we know that he is canon and he is the hero of Wano. There is no mention that he cut off a dragon's head. There's no mention.
You're gonna say that
there's no mention in the story,
canon, but not his story.
There's no mention in the story. No, Ryuma is definitely canon. Most likely,
but not his story.
Most likely, something like that happened in the past, but we don't have 100% confirmation. You can't go off of something that may or may not be. We don't have confirmation that there are 100% crazy mythical creatures like this in the world. And
dude,
not only is this a dragon who's intelligent enough to communicate with people, but it's also strong enough to, in its human form, to rule a section of the world.
That's not unrealistic for dragon mythology at all.
And then where are the other dragons? And on top of it, Oda draws inspiration from real world stories, real world mythology. He doesn't take and just copy and paste it.
So all he has to do is change up the story a bit, but still keep him as a dragon.
No, you're missing what I'm saying. You're missing what I'm saying.
Would be like you're. It seems like you're gonna like argue that like why would he like let a dragon have its traditional mythical abilities, but like there's nothing wrong with doing that.
I'm asking, what's the point of making him a dragon that turns into a human? What significance does that hold?
Because it actually gives him the ability to masquerade as a human that ate a devil fruit.
Okay, but why is it a dragon? Is it just because it would be hyped to have a mythical,
indestructible,
just a random creature as an antagonist? Like what would be the point of him being a dragon?
That's very common in like Japanese culture though, like for their stories. Like it's like you're not looking at this as a Japanese comic, like.
No, I'm looking at it as a story in general.
But you still have to use, especially for Wano, apply the cultural lens because this is a giant shout out to the Japanese culture. Like you can't dismiss what his artistic vision is and part with this like art.
The art.
Like, that's part of what he's going for.
No, you can say the same thing of like why make Kaido a human. There's no justifying that sort of decision making because it doesn't matter. Like if Kaido's a dragon, it means that he's a dragon. There's no more of his people left. Maybe there's a story behind there. You can't just say
That would explain him really wanting to die. Well, fuck it. I'm like the last one anyway.
I mean, I can see that. I just actually think he has a devil fruit.
Like, I'm fine with him having a devil fruit. It's just like the complete dismissal of him being a dragon seems irrational considering he's effective in sea.
It just seems like too much of a stretch to me.
We got time travel, man. Come on.
The
dragon is less of a stretch than time travel.
And that's another bullshit. And that's another bullshit excuse that people have been throwing out. Oh, we got time travel, so anything is possible. No, it's not.
I'm saying a dragon is still less crazy than time travel.
We have limitations to time travel.
Like, I was way more down with having a dragon than.
No, but the thing is, in the One Piece world, it's just like devil fruit are able to do basically anything. And if you have a time travel devil fruit, then still works.
Get out.
Yeah, like,
No, she was dramatic pause there.
There's a devil fruit for everything, is what you're saying.
I'm of the mind that
Realms
Kaido
of possibility of
is
whatever we know.
a normal person with the dragon fruit. The sooner we get it cleared up, the sooner we can.
I also really think what makes me think he has a devil fruit is just that eerie similarity to Momonosuke's fruit. Which
Well, that's
it just looks to me like Vegapunk in a way copied Kaido's fruit.
That's the thing, is that like you
Plagiarism.
could argue that he copied the fruit, but I don't think that's how you make smiles anyway, by copying fruits. I think you make it from animal DNA.
Yeah.
So if you make it from the DNA of the creature, then he would only be able to make a smile of a dragon if he had access to dragon DNA.
But the thing about a devil fruit is you turn into that animal.
But smiles are not normal devil fruits. They're DNA splicing.
Yeah, and if you have the dragon fruit, you literally become the animal.
Well, that's with Caesar's though. All we have to do is assume that Vegapunk's artificial devil fruit was better.
That's another thing. I'm of the mind that Vegapunk lied. His devil fruit was not a failure. I think that Vegapunk has his own.
I think it's a failure because you can't control when you transform. That's why you confuse.
I think that's a limitation.
Momonosuke.
Yeah, I think that's on Momonosuke. He doesn't
He's
know
got
how to
massive
control it.
PTSD when it comes to dragons anyway, so like that's not even. He's not a reliable metric.
How old is
I think
Vegapunk?
Momonosuke just has not learned to control his devil fruit yet.
Devil fruit is?
What'd you say, Sayas?
Do we know how old this devil fruit is? Like,
No.
how many years ago that happened?
Yeah, we don't know when it was made. We just know that.
We know. Yeah, we don't. It had to be
But,
there
yeah.
before the explosion that Caesar caused on Punk Hazard, because that's when Vegapunk left. So he had to have created it prior to that incident.
But Momonosuke would have eaten it within the past 6 months story time.
Sure. No, I just wondered if Kaido maybe had some hand in developing the first fruit. Momonosuke's.
Who knows? Kaido could be
I think it's possible.
Kaido could be a dragon. Kaido could be a human who turns into a dragon.
Anyway.
Vegapunk could have gotten the dragon DNA from somewhere else. Caesar's just a fuckwad who's a failure at everything he does.
Anyway, to get back to the club thing, I think it makes perfect sense. I think the way the chapter was set up, it makes perfect sense for the club to be Kairoseki. I just think that it's not necessary. Like, Kaido doesn't need Kairoseki. And so far, Kairoseki has always been used if, like, for example, for Smoker, if he has to take down a devil fruit user he can't take down otherwise, or by
Smoker had
his admiral to take down
Smoker had
Marco,
that
who they can't defeat otherwise.
Smoker had that jutsu pre-time skip before he had hockey. Before hockey was even a thing. That was how Smoker took out devil fruit users. And now that he has hockey,
in a way,
and now that he has hockey, the only reason Smoker is still walking around with the Sea Prism Stone weapon is because it was grandfathered in. It's a part of his arsenal.
Whoa!
They kind of hinted like he needed that against Doflamingo back at Punk Hazard.
There is a certain question though as to whether or not, if he's using a Sea Stone Club, what if he just doesn't have any hockey at all? And that's why he uses it, because if you smack a Logia with the Sea Stone Club, they still get hit. Sea Stone.
I don't mind that.
Kaido not having
but
hockey?
I think he has hockey.
Yeah, like because he's a dragon, he doesn't have. Maybe hockey is like something that's only for like.
Smash, why do you keep trying to bring it back to Kaido as a dragon?
I'm saying, like, if we don't look at Kaido as a conventional enemy and you just like tackle a different angle, I'm giving Oda creativity.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
But we've seen animals use hockey.
I mean, I wouldn't see why a dragon wouldn't be able to use hockey.
To my knowledge, I don't believe so. Only
those turtles or whatever.
No, that was non-canon.
And that random, but it was
non-canon.
That was not canon.
No, but can't mink and fishman both use hockey? So
but they're like humans. They're like human
But a
void.
dragon
Yeah, but
has
if he
the
is a dragon who
ability
can
to
turn
But
turn
if the
into
dragon
into
is,
is
but
also
if the dragon is
fair
just a
enough.
shapeshifter, though, it wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean?
it still has
What
human
if no?
form.
Okay, what if Kaido is
The
so
thing
strong
is,
they never had to learn?
it seems to me like hockey is willpower in the end. So as long as you have a will, I don't see why you wouldn't have hockey.
You have to learn like armament hardening and shit. You can't just have armament hardening. I don't know.
Ace kind of pulled it.
Not hardening.
Yeah, he did.
What?
In the novel,
I mean, the
his
black
arm
shit?
turned black. Yeah.
Oh,
In the
yeah,
novel.
well that's not in the story.
It's still canon.
Oh, I retconned Ace having hockey.
Yeah, that.
No, but otherwise, if that's the case, otherwise you'd have to learn hockey from another person in order for
Yeah,
it to get
exactly.
black
That's why
hardening. So
why I'm saying
so the
maybe
first
Todd never
person to
learned.
get hockey, who taught him? Like it goes back to that. I think hockey, you learn it. You learn hockey. Like you develop hockey at some point. Maybe it's not to the point where it hardens black. And the more you use it, the more you learn, the more you train it, the better it gets.
Wait, that's a
and
stupid
eventually-
argument. That's a stupid
Yeah,
argument.
I think you can just instinctively use hockey if you.
No, I'm not saying like it's instinctive because yes, the Ace novel that was kind of bullshit. Like the first time you use hockey, it was at a point where it was already like able to be hardened black. No, that was ridiculous.
No, I mean we have seen people with no hockey training whatsoever use instinctive hockey. We have seen it with the observation hockey. We've seen it with Conqueror's hockey. So I don't see why it wouldn't work with armament hockey.
I'm just saying, like, there's a difference between like instinct hockey and like actual trained black hardening hockey.
Yeah,
Like, you can't just get
yeah.
future sight. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think like you can just pop black hardening like armament hockey out of nowhere. You have to train in order to get it to that level.
Yeah, that's how they made it seem the whole time, at least. Like,
I don't think that.
Because like look at Tashigi. She is being taught by somebody, yet her hockey isn't strong enough to be hardened black. But she can still
maybe
cut
doesn't have
Monet.
the talent. So
But
I
she can
think
still cut Monet.
I think just in general there are people who instinctively can do something without being specifically trained in that one trait. And
Yeah,
I think
you can have natural talent in certain fields of hockey, but I don't think it's gonna be to the level of like super extremes. Yeah, I do think like out of like 100 people, maybe like 20 people will have natural talent in armament hockey to where it hardens black. Just like Isa from wait, what's her name? Isa? I think it was. Yeah,
Isa.
from Skypiea. Her hockey was essentially on the same level as Enaru's in conjunction with his devil fruit.
yeah, but she was
that was
really
natural,
good
and
at
that was
observation
natural,
hockey, that's
and
the
that was
thing.
just
So
natural.
Why wouldn't somebody be really good with armament?
It could be possible, but for in this situation, Kaido being who he is, whether he's human or a dragon with the ability to become human, I think it's pretty much guaranteed he has to have armament hockey to the point where it hardens.
I mean, I think it'd be more interesting if he had no hockey at all.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
it
that
would be
just
more
makes him
interesting.
even stronger.
But to be honest,
It just makes
I
it-
still think that those lines in the last chapter were hockey. I actually still think that.
I thought that he had Conqueror's hockey before, but I'm just saying it's like in general and interesting because he also seems to not. He seems to appreciate Conqueror's hockey, but he doesn't seem to like trust it because he's like, we don't need any more Conquerors. Like he doesn't want too many people with Conqueror's hockey like in the group or that'll mess it up.
Implying that he could be one.
Yeah, but I guess that's because
He
they
could
pose,
be,
at least
but
in
he could
general,
also
a
just
threat
not-
because they.
Yeah,
Maybe
like,
it could be just foreshadowing that like one of the individuals with Conqueror's hockey has potential for like betraying him or something. So it's like, I don't want
Yeah,
too
that's what I
many.
think.
So
That's what I think.
do we think that pretty much confirms that Kaido has someone on his crew with Conqueror's hockey, similar to how Big Mom has Katakuri?
yeah, I think we got at least one person with
I
Conqueror's
mean, I'm pretty
hockey.
sure he has somebody who has.
Because if
Conqueror's
he said
hockey.
we don't need any more Conquerors, then like I would hope that would mean I have some Conquerors already on my crew.
Remember,
not
this
that
is
he's
not
just like,
the
"Damn
official
it,
translation
like
either.
that. Yeah. I mean, that's one that. How do you mess it up? You know.
Yeah. With that, we are at damn near an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to end it right here. Like the video if you did. How strong is Shanks? Like the video if you did. Comment on what you think, because this discussion is not just between everybody here. I want to hear everybody else's opinions. Like, comment, subscribe for more. Subscribe to the Red Force podcast. Christian,
Yeah, do that one. Yeah.
Christian and Eric, a little bit higher. Christian and Eric, they run the Red Force podcast where they do weekly discussions on One Piece every week. Where, oh, and Christian just started the JoJo show, which is on episode, I believe, 6? Episode 6 right now. One Piece is on break next week, so I'm gonna have to come up with something to do.
My Hero video, let's do it.
I'm not covering my no. All right.
We're doing the Thriller Bark recap, so.
Oh yeah, doing the Thriller Bark recap next. Wait, hold on. I thought you guys were at Water 7 in his lobby.
Nah, I already did that one. We didn't do them in order.
Okay,
Water 7.
Well, like I said,
Love
comment,
it.
subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the little bell notification. See you. How strong is Shanks?
Don't even try.
Nope.
Let's go in at the end.
Did you steal our show? Tell us your own shit.